Alrighty, so for my project, my proposal, I chose the effects of television with advertisements and basically how it affects us in our day-to-day lives. So to start off, television is everybody is exposed to television whether they like it or not, whether that's on the freeway. They're looking at advertisements like on billboards, like electronic, or just like television from day to day. Everybody is affected by it in some way. Everybody is exposed to some kind of televised ad, and this my research goes into basically why it matters and how it affects us. So basically, some questions that I was able to pose here, and I believe that my research has come to answer is how does it affect children in their time of growth? So in their time of growing up from their young years, they're really susceptible to things that might hinder or expedite their growth. So goes into answering that question as to it can help if it's in little increments, but another question is how does it work its way into our personalities and actions? So another question that does answer is it works its way into our day-to-day lives by the way we speak, the way we act, as well as how we interact with other people, as well as there's obviously pros and cons to watching television. One of those being informational, as well as educational for children, or even for adults. There's the History Channel, all kinds of different channels that are educational, that can be beneficial. But also there are some cons of maybe watching too much television, and basically my research goes into the pros and cons of that. So I guess some of the main points that I learned from my research is that television can be a good influence on children, but it can also be detrimental. So children can learn a lot from watching just all kinds of different educational shows like Blue's Clues. I remember that as a kid, watching those. Most education shows can be beneficial in teaching people about different things like Animal Planet or stuff like that. Another thing that is that advertisers use television because of the visual and audio aspect just as much. So just because it's televised doesn't mean you can still look away, I guess. But with the audio aspect, you're still looking. Even if you look away, you can still hear it because you're within earshot. So that's something that advertisers take advantage of, and they use audio to their advantage. And then just another thing is from watching television. Everybody likes their favorite shows. Like for me, it's The Office. Basically, it's monkey see, monkey do, or monkey hear, monkey say. So if I hear somebody say, "That's what she said," like on The Office, then that would be something that I would be taking from that show. So I guess my research went into how television affects our day-to-day lives and how it incorporates itself into how we speak and act. This research goes into the physical effects. It affects everyone, like I said, so nobody is excluded. It affects our bodies physically. If we watch too much television, it's keeping us from doing physical activities that might keep us healthier. The mental effects, it can help us to grow and be smarter, but it can also be detrimental, as well as the timing of ads. With the advertisers show their advertisements at certain times. So children advertisements, like for toys and stuff, are during the day, and then like later at night, most of the ads are for like adults, and like that's kind of their target demographic. So that's basically what it goes into here, and so that's basically my research here and what it entails.